This is a story called Greedy Pig. The Guts boys all sat down to dinner one day. There was Toby Guts, Billy Guts, Andy Guts, and Petey Guts. All four boys were excited because it was spaghetti night. Everyone in the family loved spaghetti. Spaghetti night was their favorite night of the week. They all sat down at the table. Daddy came out with the bread. Quick as a flash. Petey Guts jumped up and grabbed a piece of bread. Then he sat down again and started scoffing it so he could have a second piece before the spaghetti came up. Said Andy Guts, "What's happening to your nose, Petey?" But Petey was too busy chewing and swallowing to notice that something had happened to his nose. Mom came out next with the spaghetti. "Yoo-hoo!" shouted all the kids. They all put their bowls out to be served. But Petey Guts leaned out in front of Toby Guts and pushed him away with his elbow so he could get first serve. The quicker the serve, the quicker he could eat. And the quicker he could eat, the more chances of having seconds. Toby Guts didn't worry about Petey pushing in, but he was worried about something that was happening with Petey's skin. It had turned bright pink. "Ah, Petey?" said Toby. But Petey didn't hear. He was too busy waving his bowl in front of Mom's face, make sure he got the biggest serving he could. Eventually everyone had their spaghetti. It was time to put on the tomato sauce. Petey took 2 spoonfuls instead of 1, even though nobody else had had sauce yet. "Petey, look at your eyes," said Billy Guts. But of course Petey Guts couldn't see his own eyes. And anyway, he was too busy chewing and swallowing to listen. Just then Petey realized something was wrong. "We forgot to get the salad," he cried. Then he leapt to his feet and ran out the kitchen so he could get a few lettuce leaves before he brought the bowl out to the rest of the family. "Petey," said his family together, "you've got a tail!" And so he did. In fact, Petey wasn't Petey Guts anymore. He was actually a pig. Petey Guts couldn't talk anymore, but just gave a sad sort of snort as if to acknowledge that he had really been a little greedy that spaghetti night. Petey Guts was awfully sorry. When it was dessert time, he let his brothers have first ice cream scoops. His tail disappeared. When it was time to put the chocolate sauce on the ice cream, he only took 1 spoonful. His eyes were back to normal. When there was a little bit left at the end of dinner, he offered it to his mom. His skin became boy-colored once more. But Petey was left with a big pink nose in the middle of his face. How could he do something that wasn't greedy, when dinner had all finished? There was nothing left to be greedy about, but he helped his mom and dad wash up, and that seemed to do the job. Petey Guts had his old nose back, and was a good old Guts once more. A Petey Guts, but not a greedy Guts. This has been your story for tonight. Good night.